Hello, welcome to IELTS Review Hub. My name is Peter Olubayo. I'm glad to share with you today 20 common IELTS words which you are probably mispronouncing. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, I need you to do that right now, okay? And remember to click on the notification button. The first word on my list is the word student. How have you pronounced it until now? A lot of people say student with the S sound, but the correct pronunciation is student. This is one of the first set of questions you are going to receive during your speaking test. Take for instance, you are responding to the question, do you work or study? And you want to say you are a student of so university. Next to it is another interesting topic. When you have to talk about your favorite music or video. Now, in this case, you might get to a point you want to talk about the words of that song, which we call lyrics. Some people say lyric. I don't know where that came from, but the correct pronunciation is lyric. And if pluralized, it is called lyrics. Still speaking about video or music, you also want to talk about the genre of music which you prefer. So for instance, my favorite genre of music is jazz. So I don't know how you have pronounced the word showing on your screen until now, but the correct pronunciation is genre. Let's say it together, genre. Okay, now let's talk about the word favorite itself. A lot of people say favorite with a high sound, but the correct pronunciation is favorite. So like the example I gave earlier on, my favorite music is jazz, or my favorite genre of music is jazz. Because I'm a foodie, I'm going to talk about food. So people often say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, which I agree. So if you look at the way I pronounce it, breakfast with the S sound, not breakfast as most people would do. Okay? Now, because we're also talking about breakfast, I actually had some vegetable and sandwich before making this video. So people often say vegetable, making it 4 syllables, but the correct pronunciation is vegetable, 3 syllables, vegetable. So the vegetable I actually had is lettuce. If you look at the way this word is spelled, you might want to say lettuce, but the correct pronunciation is with that E sound, lettuce. Let's try it together, lettuce. Okay, so before I move away from that, I also added some cucumber. Some people call this cucumber, but that is wrong. It is correctly pronounced as cucumber, like you have pronounced the alphabet Q. So, cucumber. When we are not going out to the restaurant, we usually order some pizza. Now, let's look at the two words. Restaurant. It is written as if you are going to say restaurant. No, but it is correctly pronounced as restaurant. Alright? And when I'm meeting some friends, I like to order some pizza. If you look at the spelling of this word too, you want to say pizza, but it is correctly pronounced as pizza. Before I move away from food, people want to tell us, especially health experts, not to take lots of chocolate. But we still do. How do we pronounce that word? A lot of people say chocolate, but it is, you have to call it together, contrast together. Chocolate, chocolate, okay? By the time you are talking about your housing situation, you might want to describe that master bedroom that has its own personal toilet and bathroom. And in that case, we call it an ensuite. Ensuite, not ensuite or ensuite. Let's say it again. Ensuite. Alright. When we want current information happening in our world, we listen to the news. A lot of people call this news with that we sound showing very well. If you look at the British pronunciation, yes, a bit of the we sound, news. The American totally remove that, news, okay? News, news. Speaking about the recent happenings around us, there has been increase in the fuel prices. How do you pronounce that word? Fool. Fool. Okay? Another thing that has increased over time in the last decade is the tuition. Tuition. With a we sound. So there is a we sound which is not written. Tuition. Right? Take note of that. Let's talk about relationship briefly. When you have a woman, that is correct. But once there are more than one, I mean two or more, that becomes women. So look at the singular pronunciation. Woman, who, her. But once they become two or more, it is pronounced as women. Women. Alright, still talking about relationship. Now, divorce. Actually, I used to call this divorce until when I had to do a national presentation. And one of my PhD friend said, oh no, that word is pronounced as divorce. Divorce. The next word on my list is the word epitome. How do you pronounce this word? Every one of us wants to become an epitome of success, not epitome. Alright? And speaking about success, a lot of people who have really made it, I mean financially, are entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs. How do you pronounce that word? Entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs. Lastly, I'm just going to talk about the fact that you need to pay attention to the words that end with AL. Most of us who are non-native speakers, we want to make it sound like ha. Now, let me give you a few examples. Vital, vital, fundamental, fundamental, general, general, and lots more. But a lot of us want to say vital, general, fundamental, you can say. But if you look at the way the native speaker pronounce it, it is very subtle. Vital, fundamental, okay? So with this, we've come to the end of the 20 common words which you are probably mispronouncing. I'm going to see you in the next video very shortly. Until then, I want you to stay safe and all the best in your preparation. Remember, I'm glad and happy to be part of your success story. Bye for now.